Hello and welcome to the Alpha Team Podcast, week 3 we're in now. I'm Jacob.
I'm Roberto.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Skylar.
Alright, and so this week...
Yeah, we just watched presentations.
Yeah.
And gave a storyboard presentation and a whiteboard presentation.
And I got really hooked on Star Trek.
Didn't we all?
Yeah, we had a pretty long discussion on the movie presentation for the Star Trek episode, so that was
the day.
Yeah, I thought we overdid it when we went for an hour and a half, and they went on for like a full 2 hours.
I was really into it. I'm just saying, I enjoyed every moment of that. I thought it was a good presentation.
It was a very well put together presentation.
Yeah. We also had a reading. Was it
Periapsis.
There we go.
Which I really thought was cool that girl created a fungus for her first challenge.
You know, I thought it was like, this is me being picky. I thought it was a novel with a lot of great ideas, but the dialogue was just terrible.
Yeah, the dialogue was
my
crap.
lord.
It's one of those things where it's like the topic is like, oh, this is so cool, but then you just can't get through it. And
Right.
Yeah, no, there's tons of cool topics.
Do you think that was intentional though? Was that supposed to be a reflection of like how a Martian might communicate, or how?
Oh yes, they did speak a little formally, didn't they?
Yeah, they were like really weird
No,
and without
because
feeling.
it was cheesy.
It was throughout, so I don't know if
you
I was
know that
definitely
moment when
Well, I really liked it.
they're like cooking or something.
Yeah, that
and
was
then they
kinda
start
dumb.
like, I knew that I saw that coming like from the
Cringe.
2 pages back. I was like, this is gonna lead into some cheesy little like calm down moment. What are gonna be? I didn't know what it was. Oh, he's cooking. All right, there it is. I don't know, dude, I saw it coming so far, dude.
romance.
Anyways,
Well,
that's
I liked
mine.
Periapsis. So
It was not bad, but
Yeah.
Our storyboard, I think that we had a really good starting place, and I think that we've made a lot of progress
sure
in the
thing.
few days since then.
Yeah. Jeez, would those guys keep it down just a little bit? I mean, we're having a podcast here.
I think on our our whiteboard presentations, we got a lot of good feedback on that. I think that there's I don't want to say it's a lack of communication on like us to them, but I think that there's maybe people are trying to make it far more complex than it is in their own heads. But I think we got some good feedback on things that we can add, things that we need to clarify.
Talking about like how you're gonna sell it. It's like
Yeah.
we're talking 100 years in the future, right? Like
Yeah.
this is a device that desalinates your ocean if you needed it to. Okay.
I think we're gonna have to take out a lot of ads if we were gonna actually sell this in 100 years in the future. I think we'd have to take out a lot of ads on contact lens.
Oh right. Yeah.
Films. I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Well done.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. But like getting patents on it, you're saying on our
Yeah.
device.
Yeah.
I really
Rentals.
I like the idea of rentals. I
Yeah.
hadn't actually thought of that.
Kind of like
at
how you
all.
rent out tractors.
Yeah.
I love that you threw that out there. That
Sure
was
thing.
great. I really like the idea of turning this into something other than just oxygen output.
It could
Uh-huh.
be anything. It could be
Yeah,
nitrogen.
absolutely.
It could be.
I like the idea of like little cores
Food.
filling up,
Uh-huh.
like actually like the fungus growing into the core, and then you take it out, and then it's either like food, which I can't imagine it would taste very good.
One
but,
day, one idea I got from the whole, or from our feedback was creating more types of this device. Not so like one on the bottom, one that floats on the
Yeah.
top, and then maybe one you could plant and farm, right?
Yeah.
Maybe one you could start planting out natural forests.
yeah.
The most versatile
the
versatile
air.
Roomba ever.
You
The
know,
thing is,
even though the other team has those jellies
yeah.
that go in the air, I was thinking even ours could probably float in the air. Maybe not float.
The thing is, when it comes
Create
to
little
the
drones.
atmosphere,
maybe be attached to planes.
yeah, when it comes to the
Filter
atmosphere,
while they fly.
Yeah.
our main thing, like they're focusing more on the actual gases that were in the air. This thing I don't think would deal much with gases, but instead like particulates and stuff.
Like
that
in
were-
like Hong Kong, like you can have
yeah, maybe.
all those different, or San Francisco. All those, it could eat the smog,
Yeah.
right?
That's right.
But I'm
see
pretty sure that
team's-
is a gas.
yeah.
But I like the idea of all these things coming back into a little pod and then
Yeah.
you know, I could see that happening in the future.
Yeah.
It's a good base idea for a lot of different things.
But yeah, having more types of that art device
Yeah.
would
I
be
agree.
maybe big ones, small ones.
Yeah.
And I think also too
Spherical
for
ones.
comfort level, you talked about people overthinking it, and I agree 100% on that. I feel like we have this same universal concept where this is just fairly simple and straightforward. And the questions were good, and I think it's definitely things that we could address very simply just in the verbiage used in our
Yeah.
video.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it more tight, more concise.
We need
Yeah, I
to
think
make
we're
it
just-
more clear that we're just taking like an ordinary fungus,
Mm-hmm.
and when we talk about like feeding it specific things so that it will start eating like oil or a certain type
Fungus
of
already
bacteria
does
or
that.
something,
Yeah.
it already does that. But we need to make it clear that that doesn't really. It's not like altering the fungus genetically. I mean, it kind
Well,
of is,
you
but it's
are-
not like on a scary like.
It's not much different than
I,
what
Yeah.
yeah, I think when I was saying evolution, I was using it as like just the word itself, not the overarching idea of DNA changing rapidly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just mean evolving. So I think,
Well, you know,
yeah,
having the virtual spores.
right, and really kind
Yeah.
of clarifying that.
So you'd
that
have to grow
it's
those
not-
spores itself.
Well,
It's not mutating into something completely different. It's just changing its preferences
mean-
on what it likes to eat.
yeah.
So if I
You'd have-
clarify
yeah.
that, then
I think the most interesting part is how it would grow those spores, though. The virtuals, because they'd have to grow them, right? And make that virtual connection
I
itself.
don't think we would. The thing is that we don't really want them to grow those spores, do we?
no.
Oh,
we're
we
gonna
were
grow
saying we're gonna-
everything in a lab.
Right, and then we would like give them to customers, right? So they
And
could
then we're
have
going to
more.
put them in the engineered technology. So the
Yes.
device and then the little autonomous, I don't know, little tiny
Gizmos.
chips for the mycelium. So, and that's where the programming comes into play. Very
Uh-huh.
sophisticated, very advanced, making it a virtual connection between the host and the mycelium versus physical.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd be careful calling it virtual spores or whatever,
Okay.
virtual mycelia, because that makes it sound like it's not actually real.
I was
It's
using
real,
that to
yeah.
describe the connection.
Yeah, but the connection isn't.
So if there's a
Uh,
better term,
physical.
You
call
could
me
pretty
with
much
that.
say that they're
Wireless?
virtual mycelia.
Wireless?
Well, you could say
Yeah.
it's virtual mycelia, and at the end of these are microbots.
Right.
Because they're not necessarily spores, right?
Right.
They'd pretty much be microbot, like bio micro.
We were talking about this
microbots.
before.
Yeah.
They are cybernetic. They are cyborgs, but we can't really say the word cyborg
Cybernetic is
because
a
that
good word.
cybernetic
Yeah.
sounds good. Although it still kind of carries that scary
Connotation.
connotation.
Yeah.
If there was only a good way of.
These are
Maybe
microscopic.
we should
you know?
create some new rhetoric. I mean, this was something
That's actually
that
something
came
he
up.
does suggest.
Yeah.
Is like.
Let's just create some new terms. All right. Well, we'll work
Well,
on that
yeah.
more. Let's start thinking about
Yeah.
creating some rhetoric.
Yeah, we're sitting at 10 minutes right now.
10 minutes.
So
I
why
think
don't
we have a
wrap
lot of
this
good
up?
stuff to work with. We're going to
Yeah.
address all of the ethical concerns of it taking over the world. We're going to come up with some new verbiage
Hitler
that doesn't
fungus.
freak people
Oh,
out.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
we're good.
All right.
Oh, thank you for joining us, and
Hey,
we'll
now.
see you next time.
You're a rock star.